I ain't gonna lie. Out of all the years I've been DJing, I don't think I've ever been in a proper green room. It's got its own air conditioning. That's enough for me. I mean, this is nice. Like, I could really take a nap up here. Got a little tea station, coffee station over there. Got a fridge right over there. Got its own bathroom. My bad, bro. What's up? Hey, what's up?
To bother you.
You go. Come on in.
I'm just gonna get your wristband real quick.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you got it.
Thank you so much. Unless you have like a lanyard tonight.
I don't.
Okay, cool. Then this will get you in and out.
Thanks.
Hey, you're welcome.
Word.
Then do you have anybody else?
Nah, it's just me.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
I'm simple.
Well, it is sold out, 100% sold out.
That's crazy, right?
So we're getting the catch-up picture. Officially sold out. Doesn't happen to me very often, so.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Enjoy.
Thanks a lot. Sold out. It's nuts. So this is a 2000s party. It's called Hot in Here. It's put on by Bliss Pop. That's the agency that booked me. Shout out to Willie Joy. And we are here in Greenville at the Radio Room, Greenville, South Carolina. 2000s has like a bunch of great music, and I just want to be able to put on a good show. The crazy part about this is that, so it's sold out, right? Which is cool, but like, I don't know who's coming. Like, I don't know the age range of the people that are going to be here, because 2000s is so universal. Like, it could be people my age or older, or like the younger generation are still rocking with the 2000s. So I don't know, man. I don't really get nervous, but you know what I mean? All right, so at this point in the video, a lot's going through my head. One being, oh, this is a sold out show. And I've played for thousands of people before. That's not the thing. Not the number of people isn't the thing. This event that holds 500 people, these people bought tickets, and I am their only source of entertainment for the night. That's a different type of pressure for me. You know, it's not like a private event where, you know, people are invited, or, you know, it's a wedding, or which is a different kind of stress, but which is a wedding or a corporate party. No, these people decided to pay money to go out and have fun, and I am responsible for that. Me solely. So that hit me pretty much when she said, hey, we're sold out, completely sold out. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, here we go. So, you know, and there's a line out the door before the doors open at 8 o'clock hit. People started to pour in. I didn't start playing until 9. You know, I had some time to like sit there and like gather my thoughts, and kind of, it was like, I don't know, it's kind of like a build up. But I'm glad it happened, and I'm glad that I was prepared, because normally most of my gigs are for 4 hours at least, and I do that several times a week. So it's not like I'm used, you know, it's not like I'm not used to playing for an extended amount of time. But at these gigs, I normally wing it to a certain extent. You know, I kind of know the vibe I'm going to create, but this was a little bit different. And I actually took the time to prepare a little bit different, which is something that I don't normally do. I go in, if it's a rooftop lounge, I know I'm going to play some rooftop vibes, and I'm just going to go in and do it. If it's a nightclub, I know I'm going to hit them with bangers all night. But this was a little bit different. It was a specific era of music, and I had 4 hours to keep these people entertained. And so I set up something in my DJ app, and we're going to look at that right now. So in my Serato, I had this crate right here, 2000s, all right, which has 317 songs in it. I broke this crate up into early, peak, late. I don't think I didn't really get into this crate. Opening, which I didn't really get into that either. And this is the main one, ballads and sing-along. All right, so doors open at 8. I started at 9, and the Bliss Pop, the agency that booked me, said, hey, you'll probably go till 12, maybe a little bit later, depending on the crowd. So you know me, I'm trying to make them stay as long as possible. So I started at 9. This crate here, I brought this out because I wanted to make sure that I touched on this. I knew what I wanted. I knew my first 2 songs that I wanted to play. And so this right here is a TRL intro, Total Request Live, from MTV. So I got a TRL intro. I downloaded the TRL intro and I played it right before I played my first song. And you'll see that coming up here. And I played Die Young by Kesha. It was just a good first song. It fit, you know. Let's make the most of the night like we're going to die young. So that was my first song. And I knew that this was going to be my second song. I was going to go from Die Young to Sweet Escape. So one thing I do now in my sets, and especially in sets that I have to plan to some extent, my first song I play out. I don't quick mix out of it. So that first song has to be a good song. One of the main reasons I do this is because I want my first transition to be on point. You know, I've played before where, you know, I play a song, I play my first song, and then I try to quick mix out of it because I just want to hear something else. And I've made a bad transition. And so if you start your night with a bad transition, especially in this type of pressure, this type of situation, that could really do something to you. That could really do something to your confidence. It's like, oh man, we're here all night and I just messed up the first transition. So one of my things now is my first song, I'm going to play that song out and I'm going to take my time, mix it into the second one. And I'm setting them up because that's, you know, that will probably be the longest time I play a song for the rest of the night. And it would probably be the longest transition that I make that night. And so, you know, I'm setting myself up for success. And so this was, you know, I knew that this was going to be my first 1, 2, 3 combo. Now, from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I told myself I would not come out of this early crate. Okay. For no reason. Okay. If somebody, you know, I had like 2 requests. Everybody that came to that party was just, they came to party. They were ready for it. They were going for it. It was great. Great crowd. And you'll see that here in just a second. But I told myself from 9 to 11, I'm not coming out of this early crate. Okay. So I have, you know, 72 songs, you know, some of these songs I played all the way out. Some of them I mixed quickly, kind of like, just filling them out, you know. Some of these songs were working. A couple of them were like, you know, I feel like, you know, I lost a few people. So I'm like, all right, let me get up out of here. And then by doing that, I knew how to work my peak crate when I got to it. Once again, I didn't dip into that peak crate until 11 o'clock. Actually, it was about 11:21. And I got on the microphone and I said, y'all, we are just getting started. There's so much good music coming from the 2000s. Are you guys ready to party? And they were like, yeah. And we had a good time. Early crate, peak crate, I hit that up about 11:20 and pretty much rode that until 1 o'clock when they turned the lights on. Now, this late crate, I really didn't use this ballads and sing along crate. Now I used this, you know, because when I was, you know, mixing songs, I was in a groove and I was hitting them back to back with songs. If I felt like I needed to give them a break, I would drop one of these songs from the one. Bye Bye Bye, NSYNC, dropped it from the one. You know, meaning I took whatever song I was playing, I did like a little echo out or a reverb out and just dropped this from the one. Just press play from the top. That's what I use this crate for. You know, if I was in a groove and I wanted to give them a break for a minute and reset the crowd, give people a break if they wanted it. That's the crate that I dipped into. And then I got right back to work. And then, yeah, you know, and then we went to a little twerk set after that. And, you know, I kind of saved the twerk set for late. You know what I mean? So coming up as a open format guy, a lot of DJs that I worked with, we didn't really plan sets. When I organized for this party, it like lit a fire under me. Something that, you know, something that was new. You feel me? It's like I unlocked a whole new skill. It was the fact that I went in with a plan. And when you have a plan, you know, you have backup plans on that. And I had a format. I had different avenues I could take. And I wasn't just going in there and winging it, hoping things would work, just throwing things at the wall, hoping they would work just because they're good songs. No, I had a plan. I went in there and I executed it. And it was great. I don't know. It made me love a whole different part of DJing. So if you're a guy like me, and especially if you're an open throwback guy like me, you probably don't really plan sets like that, especially if you're playing for 4 hours or more. But I'll talk about this in another video, but it's kind of made me DJ a little bit differently, but also I'm having more fun because I'm not just going in there and winging it for 4 hours, because that would do a lot to your mental, just going in there and playing this song, hope it works, playing this song, hope it works. And when they do work, it's great. But when they don't work, you're like fighting for your life. You're fighting to get the crowd going for 3-4 hours. And at the end, you're just drained. Anyway, if you're a DJ like me and you don't necessarily plan sets, I'm not saying plan your set from beginning to end, but I don't know, set you up a 30-minute set and rock that. And then once you get done with that 30-minute set, within your 4 hours, come up out of it and, try to do another 30 minutes. I can talk a little bit more about that later, but definitely something to try. Let me know in the comments. Do you just wing it all the time, or do you plan? All right. Once again, appreciate y'all being here. I hope you get something from these videos. I love to read comments. I love to see where you all are from. It's a crazy thing just to know that I'm talking to somebody that's in a whole different time zone, whole different side of the world, and people that are right down the street. So I appreciate you being here. Like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. Let's get back to the video.
Thank you, Coda. Appreciate you. That was fun.
You know, tonight taught me how it feels when you're the sole entertainment for a sold out crowd. At weddings or private events, people are invited. You may be the only entertainment, but here, every single person paid to be in this room. And it's my job to make sure that they feel leaving like it was worth it. And that's a different kind of pressure. But also, it was an honor and a privilege. What really changed the game for me tonight was having a plan. I'm used to just going in the spot, playing for a few hours, and hope my instincts carry me through. And often they do. But for this, I built crates, thought through my first few moves, and stuck to my structure. That preparation didn't just help the set go smoother, it made it way more fun. So if you're a DJ that usually just wings it, try playing in the least part of your set. You'll have something to fall back on, more confidence in the moment, and maybe you'll even discover a new side of what you love about DJing.